Okay, so I'm coming to the end. I did my 7 double crochets. I'm going to come right underneath and close it with single. I'm going to come on my 3rd chain and slip stitch, and I'm cutting my thread. We're going to proceed now with the green. I'm just going to pull my thread to the back, and I'm going to tuck it in between these loops back here. I'm going to grab the next loop, and I'm going to make a knot into it just to make sure that nothing comes apart. And then pass the rest of the thread through the other loops just to secure and have it hidden well back here. And cut the excess off. Okay, so it's getting there slowly but surely. And now we're going to go in with the green to make the green branches, leaves, whatever you want to call it. So now we're going to row 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with the little singles, 11 with the loops, 12, and with the double crochets, 13. So now we're going to row 14. So now, row 14. I'm just going to grab here at the edge, right behind where we have where we did the single, here, right behind it where we did the 3D single. Behind it we have the 2 little loops. I'm going to do a single and try to hide my thread at the same time. 1, 2 chain. That would equal a double crochet plus another 5 more. 1, 2, 3. Maybe I should hide my thread a little bit more. So 3 single, 2 chain. That would be like 3 chain, let's say, because single already makes a chain. Plus 5 more chain. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. I'm going to come back into the same space. We're creating a V. So we got this little V, this little loop going. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Chain 5. I'm going to come in the center where we have the separation of 1 chain here between the 7 double crochets from the back to the front, in between, in the center. And I'm coming down and hooking it here with a single. Okay, like that. Okay, and then chain 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm coming behind here again where we have the 2 loops right back here, which is where our single is, where we hooked up the single, the second single. So not the first single, the second single. Double crochet and 5 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Coming back into the same space and creating a double crochet. So now I have my second loop, and we're going to repeat this all the way around. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Coming into the center, back to front, into the bottom, and close it with a single. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Coming behind here again, we have those 2 loops here on the second single from the bottom, from the the previous row, and one. Whoops, made a mistake. I have to do a double crochet here. Sorry. That's what happens when I blah blah blah, right? So double crochet on that single, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Create that loop again, that V sort of. Okay, we're going to do this all the way around. I'll meet you at the end. So I'm getting to the end. See if I can get a little bit more lighting here somehow. Not too much though, because then it brings too much whiteness, right? So chain 5, I'm going to come, I have my single, my 2 chains. So on my second chain here, I'm going to come in and do a slip stitch. Okay? So now we're going to do like the popcorn, let's say. So I'm going to come back in here. 1, 2, 3. Come back in. Let me just check here a minute. So we have 2 and 3, 4, 5 double crochet. I'm going to come on the third one here, and I'm going to close it up like a popcorn. 2 chain separation. I'm going to come back in and create 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come back in to the first one and close it in like a popcorn. Now I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm coming back into the next V and create my popcorns again. So this is very simple. 3, 4, 5. Come into the first one and close it up. 1, 2 chain. Come in again into the same space. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Into the first one, bring it over, and close it up. So this is what it's going to look like. And again, chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and into the next one. So we're going to do this all the way around, and we're going to cut our thread, and we're going to proceed. In my case, it's like an orange red. So I don't know which color you're doing. So we have 5. Come in the first one and slip stitch. 1, 2 chain. And create the next one. So it's going to be like that. I'll meet you at the end. So I've come to the end, and I've done my 7 chains. So I'm just going to go into the middle here and close it with a slip stitch. And then you're going to tuck in the loose end. Make sure that you bring it well to the back. Make a few knots here and there just to make sure nothing comes apart. So I'm just going to go in the next one here, make a knot with it. And then go through some of the loops. And I'm going to go into my red orange. And then after this row, we have one more row to do. So this is what it looks like. It looks kind of weird, but it will all get straightened now that we're going to do the orange. So going to row 16, I believe, I hope I'm not mistaking on the rows, because I have a bad habit of calling rows. So the single was row 11, then the 7 chain 12, then this one 13, and then the loops 14, and this one 15, so row 16. So you pretty much come inside between the two popcorns here. I call them popcorns, poofs, whatever you want to call it. I think it's popcorn if I'm not mistaken. And we're going to do the same thing. So single, 2 chain, and 4 more double crochet. So we're creating 2 popcorns again, exactly like we just finished doing, with 5 double crochets. Coming to the first one and close it up. Chain 2. Next popcorn on the same space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochet. Come into the first one and close it up. Okay, so we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to come into the first one here where we have the single. And we're going to do a single right on it. Oops, sorry. Let me just check something here. Let me just check something here. So coming into the single where we have the single, we're going to close it in with a single. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now if your stitch is too wide, do 4. Okay, I might have to do 4. It's probably too much for me too. I can't remember sometimes, it's, you know, when I'm creating something, how many stitch I've done or didn't do. I should take notes, but I don't. So again, we're going to come inside here of the popcorn and create 2 more popcorns. 3, 4, and 5. 2 chain separation, and again another popcorn. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, one, 2, 3, and 4. Like I said, if you need to do chain 5, go ahead. I think I'm okay with 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and repeat the pattern all the way around. And we have one more row, the last row after this, and then we're done, people. 4, and 5, chain 2. Okay, so this is how it's going to be like. Okay, just little error that I did. That's why it's always good to look ahead. We have to do chain 5 on here and not 2. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, sorry about that, people. So that's why it's important to always look ahead of the video. So it doesn't change anything. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's just chain 5 here in the middle of between the popcorn. Chain 5, okay? And not to forget, when you're grabbing a single, you must have this upper 7 chain also tucked in, okay? Just to remind you in case I had forgotten or something. Okay, you guys, so I'm on my last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to come into the center here and close it up with slip stitch. Now we're doing the last row with the cream color to finish it off. So we're going to just tuck in, do a knot, and come back through the back and complete it. Okay, so we're going to do the slip stitch knot, last row. Pretty much can come anywhere. Inside of where we have the popcorn, we're going to do single, try to hide my thread, 2 chain. Now we're going to do 6 more double crochet. So we're going to do 7, 1 chain separation, and 7. Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. One chain. Just make sure. No. No chain, sorry. So 7, we're going to come from the back here where the popcorn is, okay, and close it with a single. In here where the chain comes down, we're going to do 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 double crochet. Now we're going to grab the center here of the white one, okay, where we have that 1 chain, and we're going to come through the back where the orange is, like doing a 3D. So just come through the front and do a single here, just like that, okay? And then up on this chain going up, we're going to do the 7 double crochets again. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So we have the 7. We're going to come from this side now, where we have the popcorn up here, and we're going to do a single, just like that. Going to come inside between the popcorns and do our 7 double crochet again. So very simple. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Under, coming inside, from inside to the other side, and single, like that. So starting to take shape, and then doing 7 double crochets coming down, and we're going to hook it here where we have that one chain. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Again, we're going to grab it from the front here, where we have that one chain, into the back, behind, okay, behind, and into the side. Single, and then proceed again with your 7 double crochets going up. So very, very simple. If you need to rewind it, then go ahead. 4, 5, 6, and 7. Coming in from the back to the middle there. Single, and then 7 inside of the space here. This pretty much does it for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoy this pattern. I will be creating the table runner, which is the same thing, but of course it's longer, so it takes more stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now this one we come in the middle here, into the side, and single. And one more last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We are going to grab the loop here from the base into the back one here, coming out on the side. Now, if you don't want to do it like this, you could just go right into the back one here with a single. I think it hides it much better when it's done this way. And there it is. Thank you so much, everyone. Until next time, I'll have the reveal shots at the end. And stay tuned for the table runner. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up. It's very important to circulate the video. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And I'll see you until next time. Take care of yourselves and each other. I send you much love, much hugs. Thank you so much for your support. Till next time, bye-bye.